Protecting the future of working families, Teamsters 1932.org.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome everyone to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. I am an author, I am a coach, and I am an international motivational speaker. I love children and I love adults, but my brand is called The Leadership of Play, and children love to play. That's how they learn, that's how they dream. And I am on a mission to help children dream and dream big and hold on to those dreams, because dreamers become true leaders. And I'm also on a mission to remind adults what it's like to dream and to dream like children. In my opinion and my experience, adults have forgotten what it is like to dream like children and go outside their comfort zone. Life begins outside the comfort zone. And through the leadership of play, I invite people not to lean into fear, but to come play with me in the field of possibilities, to face their fears in a joyous way. For one thing, I never thought I would have a radio show. I never thought I would be an international motivational speaker, but I had a vision of helping children throughout the world. That's why I'm here, because I stepped outside of the comfort zone and I trusted that the universe would bring me what I needed to reach my goal. That is what my vision for this program is, for this radio show is. I want to bring in leaders that are teaching others how to go outside of their comfort zone, how to bring true healing and love and creativity into this world, to create really just a better tapestry of humanity where creativity and ideas and self-love rule. Today, I am honored to have as my guest Eve Alexander Ruiz, who is a women's empowerment mentor. She is a physician, a UCLA-trained physician, and she is an expert on mental health. And I want to share with you that mental health is so important to me because we have mental health in our family, and I've spent a great deal of my life helping people that go through mental crisis. And I am honored today to have Eve here to share her story and her path and her journey into being a healer and what brought her into the mental health field, and ultimately to be a women's empowerment mentor. Welcome, Eve.
Thank you so much. It's quite an honor to be here on your show. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you. So tell me your story. How did you end up in medicine?
Okay, we're going to go way back. But I'll be fast.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious.
No, it's an excellent question. So when I was very, very young, the age at which children get vaccinations, apparently the doctor thought that I was older than I was, a year older than I was, and so he gave me a smallpox injection a year early. Now, that aside, what the experience was for me was amazing to watch my two parents, the giants in my world at, the age of 1.5 or whatever, stop all they were saying, turn around and stand at attention as soon as the pediatrician entered the room. And there was little me, and I was with my big panda, and the doctor showed me what was going to happen on the panda before he did it to me. And my mom had prefaced his arrival by saying, this is a very special doctor, because what he's going to do is make sure that you don't get sick. And this is an important role that he plays for all of us here. And I loved that idea. Being a child myself, I was thinking, what a marvelous thing to do. and to be when I am older. And so really, this was when I first decided that I wanted to become a physician. And when I told my parents that, my dad taught me the word pediatrician. And so I grew up saying that I wanted to be a pediatrician. Now, since then, I have been exposed to different fields of medicine, and I landed on training in both family medicine and then in psychiatry. The reason for the family medicine was because I have so many diverse interests in life, and I love all age categories of people. So I realized that perhaps it was best not to limit myself just to children. And then, once I did family medicine, what I realized was that, at least in my program, there seemed to be a little bit of apprehension dealing with psych issues with the older teenagers / young adults. You know, they're not quite the adult age, or they're just coming of age. So I wanted to be a more well-rounded physician that would be able to take care of psychosocial needs. And even with taking a full residency in psychiatry, I felt something was missing. And for any of you who know what it's like to go through 4 or 5 years of college, because I worked up to 3 jobs to get through school, and then to go through medical school, and then to do one residency, for most people that would be enough. I was a
Yes, it would.
Yes. I decided that I didn't mind going back in the hospital to be on call for another residency. But after those 2 residencies, I still felt the need to go a little deeper into healing people. And that's why I am doing more what I'm doing now. I went rogue from medicine. This is the shorter version of the story. And I decided that I was going to use my heart, my compassion in less standardized ways, meaning that I would include other modalities to be able to help others. And I'm going to use the word heal, but not in the traditional American medical sense. You can heal someone as a physician, of course, you can help heal someone. However, there's another kind of healing, an informal kind of healing that people in general can do. You can have a healing word with someone. You can have a healing touch with someone, and you make someone feel better, and you can alleviate misery in this way. And I wanted to be sure that I took the time to do these other things using whatever other modalities I had available. I have this pattern from childhood of standing up for the underdog in school. So if I saw someone picking on someone else, especially if the victim was an introvert, or maybe a female being teased by a boy, I made sure that I stood up for her, and I wanted to make sure that she would not be bothered again, at least by this person. Okay? So I developed a reputation in elementary school for being a protector of sorts. And this is just something in my heart. There's nothing I can explain about it. It's just who I am.
Well, I have to interrupt you because I've just learned so much from your story up to this point. I love the fact that as a child, you saw the physician as the authority figure, and you knew that becoming that would help you to help others. Mm-hmm. And then your journey through medicine, and then expanding outwards, saying, there's more here that still needs to happen. That is beautiful, and I love the warrior in you.
Thank you.
That's not right. I'm going to fight for you.
That's right.
It's not right. They may not know it's not right, but I know it's not right, and that's not happening here.
Exactly.
So that's beautiful too. Continue on your warrior path. You are now in transition to standing up for the underdog.
Yes, and for any of you out there who have ever made a decision in your life and worried about someone's approval, I was totally in this spot because my parents loved the idea and never let it go that I would become a physician. Mm. So when I had finally decided I was going to actually walk away from it, the scariest thing was not, believe it or not, the scariest thing was not moving away from a prestigious profession, not the concern that I might not earn enough money to pay off my medical school, among other things. My biggest concern was telling my parents. And I know a lot of you have been there. If it wasn't your parents, it may have been a best friend, it may have been an older sibling, it may have been your lover, whoever it is. I've crossed that bridge, and I'm so glad I did, and I encourage any of you to do the same. I have found greater happiness on this side. So I left medicine in terms of being a practicing physician. I found out that the intuitive skills that I've always had growing up, I could harness to help people. And I could help them in terms of helping to uplift their spirit. I could help them, because of my psychiatry background, in terms of coping skills, identifying what really makes them tick so they can bring more of that out from themselves.
Okay, I have to interrupt you because
Please.
I so love exactly what you said, because my whole deal is that you need to live your life. And children are being taught to, I mean, they're not being taught, but something in them says, okay, I need to make my parents happy. And they're not living their lives, they're living a life that that they think, they don't even know what their parents think, but they think they need to do something to honor their parents, and so they stop dreaming. You know, my whole thing is about dreaming and living your own authentic life. So it's so important that you said, well, I've walked through that. Yes, audience, walk through that. Your life is yours. It's not your parents' life. It's your story, because that's my tagline. And so it's time for a commercial break. You are listening to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and we will be back shortly with our guest, Eve, and we will continue the journey of a true healer.
You're listening to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm your host, Ricky Perry, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and Sports, where we broadcast to over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area. If you missed our previous shows, you can watch us on our streaming networks on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and the Android app.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316 and become one of the finest women in real estate.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the Real Men of Real Estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. You know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. Today our guest is Eve Alexandra Ruiz, and we are talking about her journey going into medicine and then becoming a women's empowerment coach and her process of turning into a true leader. Where we last left off, you had just told your parents that you were leaving traditional medicine to go and start your own practice of mentoring. Mm-hmm. So let's continue, because it's quite juicy. I love it.
Well, what I loved is that just before the break, you had mentioned to everyone listening, all of us are children at some point in our life, so to all the children and adult children, she had said, had given you permission, had encouraged you and motivated you to go ahead and express your true passions in your life journey in terms of your vocation. Do what you feel meant to do, what you are driven to do. Be who you feel personally inside, not whom you feel pressured to be by others, not only to seek approval by peers or parents or anyone else. I'm so glad that we are returning so that I can respond to this, because indeed, one of my largest struggles, and probably why I am one of the larger proponents of people gaining in self-leadership, is because I had issues growing up with being able to express myself. I had well-meaning parents. A lot of parents are well-meaning. It's just that they were role modeled in ways that were very pressuring, over-controlling, and at times even abusive. But that's not where we're going with this story. What we're talking about here is everyone in a family doing their very best. And when parents have not been role modeled or taught properly where to go, there is more learning that can happen for both the parents and the children. So in my case, when I grew up and my parents were very much directing my actions toward what would take care of their needs or satisfy them in certain ways, even though they loved us for ourselves, there was still this kind of a slant. I knew very well, by the way my mother would brag about my being pre-med even when I was 11 or 12 years old.
That's a very big deal for parents.
Exactly, exactly. I knew that some part of her world would crash if I didn't. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration.
It doesn't for me. I'm an immigrant, and it's a big deal to have your child.
We share a lot.
Yeah.
My mother is from Mexico and very hardworking and very ambitious. And so whatever she didn't have, she wanted her children to have. And that's a lovely desire. In terms of execution, she succeeded in many ways with me. However, in terms of my being able to grow freely into my adult self, when I had very controlling parents who did not want us to question anything, and now I'm going into my adolescence and I still could not question directives they gave that did not make sense, I felt that I was growing into a partially paralyzed adult mold. Imagine what it was like when I graduated from college and began medical school and then began clinicals, going to see patients in the office, in the hospital, and begin to direct them, give orders to nurses and other people. You have no idea what a growth curve it was for me to go from not being allowed to stand up to my mother, not being able to express my own anger, and sense of self-righteousness. I wasn't allowed to say how things could be better or give any input. We did not have family discussions like, the idea.
You're not alone. This is really important stuff you're sharing. So many people are going through that right now.
And I'm speaking to the hearts of all of you who have even had a shadow of this. I needed to gather the wherewithal within myself to allow enough competence and confidence to build up that I could give orders without hesitation, that I could give enough directive with enough, how shall I say, I already had the fund of knowledge. It's simply a matter of convincing, persuading, or selling myself, and therefore selling the treatment to the person that I was taking care of so that that person would then be more compliant. Because my biggest drive was to help heal others. And if I could not do that, of course, then what am I doing being a physician? I fortunately did work on this and overcame all this. So much so that after I finished one residency, I decided to turn around and do another one. And was even strongly considered for chief resident in my second residency training program. The thing was that because I noticed some things were kind of missing. For one thing, in psychiatry at least, we were told that we were not to talk about religion, God, or politics. Okay? Now, I have no problem with politics. That has no place in my office, right, when I'm taking care of people's health. However, I do love, if someone is spiritual, if they are devout in their religion, wherever their faith may be, being able to discuss that and being able to incorporate other features of treatment, being mindful, meditating, prayer, and more.
Aren't there studies that show that people who have faith heal better?
Yes.
It might be the placebo effect, but I believe in faith.
And you're a lawyer, right?
Oh, yes, but I went through my own process with my parents.
Well, thank you. I was going to say, this is something that doctors usually quote, and you did. I'm impressed. Yes, actually, when I was a psychiatry resident, what I had found out was that there was a research study done right around then where there was a control group of people with certain medical maladies, hospitalized, and other people hospitalized for very similar things. And the control group was not prayed for, but the other group was. And when the other group was prayed for or prayed over by a certain number of people over a certain amount of time, those people had not only better mortality, but they also had better morbidity. Those are just words. Let me rephrase that. Just about every single person who was prayed over lived longer and lived healthier. They had a lighter case of whatever that malady was. And so it was perfectly proven that prayer makes a difference. When someone is praying, someone is speaking to a higher power with intent to help another. It doesn't matter what laws, what religion, none of that really matters at the truest core or essence. The fact that someone is acting out of love for someone else and appealing to the universe, to a force, a larger force within the universe, this is real, and it changes things. And I am not afraid to speak about this and to act on this when I am helping my people.
So you've integrated that into your practice.
Exactly. So when I say empowerment mentor, what I am doing is I am helping others not only with my psychiatric background, with coping skills, with education, with communication, all those more superficial psychological and interactional aspects. I'm also going into my heart, deeper into my soul, and am sharing with you from a higher divine love, and we may have a conversation around that, and I may do energy healings. And again, when I say healings here, it's not in the strict American medicine sense. I am talking about healing your heart, healing your hurts. Okay? This is what makes me sing in the morning. I never know who I'm going to see. I don't know what their problems will be. I just know that when I connect to a higher power, everything flows.
No, that's beautiful. I feel the energy, and I honestly totally get your healing power. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love the description of what you do, but tell me about, and we don't really have enough time in this segment, so we're going to continue afterwards. If you could describe for me your coaching program, the process that a client would go through, that would be lovely.
So, I know that I don't have much time before that next break, but I can give you a headline. Okay. I do mentorship in different levels. I have one-on-one mentorship, where I go really deep in with a person's unique situation, and then I've got the group. And when we come back, I can go through the different layers and different factors that I go through with everyone who sees me.
Thank you so much. It's time for a commercial break. You're listening to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and when we return, we're going to learn about Eve's coaching program.
You're listening to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm your host, Ricky Perry, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and Sports, where we broadcast over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area. If you missed our previous shows, you can watch us on our streaming networks on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and the Android app.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316 and become one of the finest women in real estate.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship. You never know who may show up or what they may talk about, so join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the real men of real estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. You know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and my guest today is Eve Ruiz, a women's empowerment mentor. And when we left off, Eve was going to tell us about her mentor program. and what is involved and what my experience would be if I joined you.
Another name for my program could be leadership, because what I'm really doing...
I love that, because that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to inspire.
You kept using that word, and I was like dying inside going, oh,
no.
We need to talk more off camera.
No. It's this is the whole point of the program.
Well,
you are yet again another
exactly.
perfect person to have on, because I want to bring on leaders and people who teach leadership and are impacting the world. So
Thank you. Well, I have an article published in the LA Tribune, I believe, from last July, and it's about self-leadership.
Oh, I love that.
So,
what exactly is self-leadership?
and that's a lovely tangent of its own. This is about being able to lead ourselves through trials, through errors, and correcting them. And even more than the business of our encountering misfortunes, it's more the greater course about how you redirect, how you correct, what you've learned, and then how you end up overcoming all.
That's why I want children to learn those skills.
Yes.
That's why I know it's about Eve, but my book, Gloriousness, that's the whole point. To teach children those skills, so that's fantastic. So self-leadership.
It's interesting because my programs apply both to people's personal life as well as professional life. So I have corporate clients who are working in middle management and want to rise, and they want to overcome whatever the relationship issues are at work. And when I say relationship issues, that just means overcome certain snags in dealing with other people at work. Could be the boss, could be the coworker. At home, it could be that I am helping someone to become more masterful and stand in their own power more with an authority figure, or with a spouse or other loved one who may be manipulating a little bit much or taking advantage of a situation a bit much.
I find it so interesting that you work with corporations to teach this. I don't understand why they don't teach this in schools.
Thank you. This is one goal that I have, to get this into schools.
I just said it's my goal too. I was like, yes.
And someone I mentioned it to completely shot me down and said, well, you know that will never happen. So guess what? That happened inside of me.
No, it's totally happening. It's like a revolution.
Exactly. We already have the bully program.
Yes.
Let's keep on going.
Yes. Oh, so continue. So
yes.
sorry.
No, thank you. This is the conversation. Mm-hmm. This is what people hunger for us to put these things on the table and flesh them out a little bit. All right. So when I go into the self-leadership, what happens is that people will revisit when they had the educational dots connected in their youth. First, by family members before they even started school. We are so formed and influenced by those who care for us at the age of 0 through 7, which is from birth to 7. And so it's important for us to realize there are other ways of doing things. Our parents are one set of parents. Our caregivers are singular caregivers. There are other examples. There are other things we can learn from other families. And this is what I did. In many ways, I searched out other families with other parents to teach me things that maybe came a little shy in my household. When you learn more ways to take care of something, you can pick the best one and flex it into your routine. In a way, it's the easiest thing to do. What is more difficult is allowing yourself the permission to change what others have taught you when you were very young.
So this brings up a question. I had a crisis before I just dove into leadership. I was just like, this is not working out for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not happy. Mm-hmm. And that drove me into leadership. What do you think can get people to a point where they want that, they understand it's so important to have those skills? I don't see people experiencing that without crisis. I mean, but that's my personal experience. Maybe love and light and ooh, leadership, let's go, that's my theme, leadership of play, but somehow there's a trigger.
Indeed. just as everyone is unique, everyone's story is also. There may be some relatively healthy families in the area of leadership. There were strong leaders for parents. They role modeled well for their children. So those children may not need a crisis in order to get them involved in that. Different paths can lead to a very similar place. The important thing is to recognize wherever one is that if what they are doing or what you are doing hasn't been working, it's important to find another way. And it takes courage and daring to leave the known path and strike a new one. It's very important to find a leader, to find someone else to follow, because we can take a lifetime to reinvent the wheel.
So this brings me to the whole point of mentoring. And I know the word coach is going to come back up, but it has been my experience that working with coaches and paying for mentorship really increases the level of achievement, your path towards your goal. And it's sort of, it's important for me to invest in myself.
Exactly.
And what has been your experience with that?
Well, it's interesting you say that because I actually quote someone from Forbes magazine. He's a writer within the Forbes magazine in my newspaper article about this. It's true. Business research has shown this, that people are known when they take on a mentor to succeed sooner and to have more successes overall in their career. So this isn't just some lofty la-di-da, I'm sitting here with my spiritual self and not in touch with the world, but just all touchy-feely. It isn't that. It's about taking it all in, taking in the technical, the medical, legal, in my case, and also allowing the spiritual or the energetic or the je ne sais quoi element, as they used to say in the Psychoanalytic Society, where I used to attend at University of Ann Arbor in Michigan, University of Michigan, in Ann Arbor. It's responsible for us to be mindful that all of these factors play a role in how we express ourselves, how and how soon we achieve our goals, and what goals we achieve. Because a person...
Oh, is that part of, do you help people set goals as part of the...
Absolutely, absolutely. I have helped a woman, for instance, who did not even realize that she happened to be in a type of relationship she shouldn't stay in. To recognize that, she not only listened after some resistance, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to push anything down someone's throat. It's only my responsibility to address something when I see it. Okay, put the seed in their ear. And she came back to me for assistance, and that's exactly what I did. And after our months together, she ended up deciding that she was going to leave that relationship. She started all over again. She did find another place to live, which she thought she could never afford to do because she hadn't really been trained to work much to begin with. But she found employment. She found an apartment. She shared it with a daughter. She moved into an entirely new phase in her life, and she is happier than she has ever been, and incidentally feels more spiritually attuned as well.
Your background is Spanish too, and in a Spanish culture, there's something called el que dirán, which means what will they say, this like it's like a voice, an echo of social control.
And for me, yeah, it's my mother's voice.
Yeah, and it's very powerful, and it's cultural. And in the U.S., it's like, it's peer pressure. It's peer pressure, or what your tribe might think of you. And at some point, it doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. And it is that woman that didn't believe that she could afford a place. I mean, my heart went out to her. Who put that in her head? It's a cultural programming that said you're not worthy enough to believe that you can afford a place. And it's very powerful that you walked her. You were like, nope, that's not going to happen. You went back to what you said in the earlier sections. This is not right. I'm going to help you.
I don't look like that when I say it, just so you know.
I know, I look like that.
She is putting in additional effects.
Yes.
And I love it, just to drive the point home.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
So that was very empowering.
Inside, I may have been like
Yes.
that.
So in leadership, they talk about the drift. The drift means you're not living in your space. You're living in other people's space. You're letting what everybody else is thinking affect you, and that's why it goes to el que dirán. El que dirán and the drift are the same thing, because you're not doing what you want. You're going, okay, I can't do that. They're going to think this. I can't do that. And my parents are Cuban, and they were famous for, oh no, you can't do that. El que dirán. No. So I'm just curious about your interpretation of the drift and how it prevents people from seeking courses in leadership and investing in themselves.
Well, we never named it. I didn't know that queridan was the word for it. I certainly am familiar with the concept. My mom did limit us to doing things based on neighbors' approval or her peers' approval, et cetera, et cetera. And I know she was not alone in that. That's a very cultural factor. My parents are of Spaniard, Mexican, and French heritage, so I have it from different levels. Now, in terms of how it has affected us in our life choices, and are we going to go with the flow or not? A lot of it depends on how strong or confident we feel within ourselves.
Okay, and hold that thought. We're going to talk about self-confidence in 1 minute. It's time for a commercial break. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and we will be right back.
You're listening to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm your host, Ricky Perry, and we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and Sports, where we broadcast to over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area. If you missed our previous shows, you can watch us on our streaming networks on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and the Android app.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Do you remember the power of dreaming? M. Teresa Lawrence helps us all reconnect with imagination through her renowned Leadership of Play coaching program. Schedule a session with Teresa on Instagram at Your Trueness to ignite creativity and pursue huge dreams once more. Don't let your spark fade. DM Teresa at Your Trueness today and reclaim the magic of dreaming.
Tired of qualifying your leads and not getting the right clients for you? Join the finest women in real estate and learn how to attract the best clients and increase your referral network. Call now at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316. Then become one of the finest women in real estate.
This is Steve Matley. Join me every Thursday at 3 p.m. right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio Talk Show. I spent decades as a professional construction manager, business owner, real estate developer, and a college educator, and I enjoy learning new things from other people. We talk a lot about real estate, business, and finance, but we cover a diverse range of other topics as well. Some of the topics we've discussed in the past few months include real estate investing, leadership, higher education, ADUs, marketing using technology, multifamily rental properties, business strategy, entrepreneurship, You never know who may show up or what they may talk about. So join us right here on KCAA for Building Solid Foundations Radio.
Hey guys, it's Damon, Mr. Foxy, Damon Hart, and I'm here with the real men of real estate. And I just want to say, hey, come and watch us this Sunday, 1 p.m. live, every Sunday. Okay, we're going to be on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. If you got a minute, just tune in. We can't wait to have you here. I'm going to be there. If you can't make it on there, we're going to be at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android app on Building Solid Foundations channel. So tune in. You know what you got to do in the meantime. Keep it foxy.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. My guest today is Eve Ruiz, a women's empowerment mentor, but she is so much more than that. And in our last segment, you started talking about self-confidence. If you could continue your thoughts, that would be wonderful.
Thank you. First of all, there's this myth that I'd like to bust right now. People can develop confidence. Confidence is a skill. We may be born with a certain amount, but we can train ourselves to acquire more of it. And that is something that I love to do, and I love to help people with. I actually have a master class in that and offer it from time to time. It's called Ultimate Confidence Mastery. When we take in messages from others around us who are teaching us or role modeling life for us, there will inevitably be some more negative messages, some with more limitations based on the people who showed them to us or the people who interacted with us and we felt, oh, this must be all there is. That's what growing up is about. It's about moving beyond the comfort zone, expanding your horizon of exposure to other people and other ways of doing things. It's about learning how to be better. And this is what I help people with. So if you have felt at times that you might lack the confidence to try that new thing, to go for that job promotion, to play around with some ideas of maybe even having a nonprofit or taking your baking or other skills and making a business out of them. Often, the difference between the people who do those things and never do those things is confidence. Confidence is what we tell ourselves about how potent we are, about how capable we are.
It's the story running inside our head.
Exactly.
So Eve, that's just wonderful. What would be your last words for this audience today?
My words to all of you who have stayed to this point and have listened, it means you're still interested in knowing more, is to never let the naysayers stop your creative juices from rolling through. Let your thoughts flow. Express yourself verbally. When someone is not valuing what you are saying, when you are working on creating something, bringing something from the idea state to actuality, move on to someone else, and then to someone else, until you find that person who is supportive. And this isn't just for those projects. This is in real life for things that are already in place now. It's healthy for you to surround yourself with people who believe in you, with people who will encourage you and motivate you to continue moving forward, doing better and expanding. For the others, they are best left to their own while you find your level of energy, because you will either expand and blossom in life, which for some of you, blossom is a very feminine word, but all I'm saying is you can either get out there and conquer the world, or you can sit timidly in a corner. Your life is going to go by either way. I vote for your acting, getting in control of your own life. There is no substitute for that, and I am here to help you do that. If you're interested in speaking with me, my number is area code 949-424-4494. You can simply text me, and we can have a complimentary consultation. No strings attached. You can speak with me directly and share with me your greatest concerns, and I can share whatever my input would be with you at that time.
Thank you, Eve. This has been lovely. I want to share your info again. If you wish to contact Eve Ruiz, her phone number is 949-424-4494. This has been a fabulous conversation about a journey, leadership coaching, and transformation. Thank you so much for being a guest on my radio show. I am honored that you've joined me. And so, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. You can learn more about me at my website, mteresalawrence.com. And you can join us every Sunday at 3 p.m. for other fabulous lifestyle programming. We are available at Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android app, available at 1050 AM radio, 106.5 FM radio, and KCAA Radio Network, which is an NBC affiliate. And all you have to do is subscribe to Building Solid Foundations. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
And now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.